Namaskar and welcome back once again to my channel Crystal Solution. Let's code in C. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about a simple program in C. So there I have given a homework that is average of 3 number. Here is the answer of that question. Please take a snap of it. So we are going forward and we will be learning in this video various terms that we use in C. The first is character set. Character set represents the alphabets, digit or any symbol used to represent information. For example, if we are using capital A, capital B, capital C up to Z, so it's uppercase alphabets. If it's small a, small b, small c up to Z, then it means it is a lowercase alphabets. So if there is any number from 0 to 9, it is a digits, right? In the same manner, if there is any special symbols like has, percentage, semicolon, colon, so it is a special symbol. Or there in the C program, if there is a one single space, or you have a tab, or you have a new line, it means it is a white space in C program. Now, one of the most important is token. So what is token? Token is the smallest unit in a program or a statement. It makes the compiler understand what is written in the program. For example, man, printf. We have discussed all the things in detail in the last video. What is printf? Printf is an output function. If we talk about scanf, what is scanf? Scanf is a input function. So it is a token, right? So tokens are broadly classified into 8 types. How many types? It is classified into 8 types. The first one is identifiers. Second is keywords of C program. After that, constants, variables, strings, operators, and special character. So we will, in the upcoming slides, we will be discussing in this in detail. The first one is identifiers. What are identifiers? Identifiers are the fundamental building blocks of a program. For example, if you are constructing a house, as brick is one of the most important, or you can say building blocks of a building. So identifiers are the fundamental building blocks of a C program.
Are you an Academy Plus subscriber? Do you know the benefits of an Academy Plus subscription? If no, then stay tuned with us and I will let you know everything. Premium content at affordable prices. Second, live classes plus dedicated live doubt clearing session. Quizzes, tests, DPPs, and one of the most important, one subscription has unlimited access. You are preparing for KCET 2021. Champions batches are started. So what's you are waiting for? What are the best plans for you? 1 year subscription at only 12,375 rupees and 6 month subscriptions at only 10,175 rupees. So if you use the code Crystal Solution, you will get 10% extra discounts. So isn't a very good plan for you? If you are preparing for KCET, you join today an Academy Plus and let's crack it.
It is used to give names to the variables, functions, constants, and a user-defined data, right? So they are user-defined names and consist of a sequence of letters and digits. Means identifiers are always variables, you can say, and it is defined in C program by the user. It means by the coder, means coder used to define the identifiers. So there must be some rules to write an identifier, right? An identifier name is of any combination of alphabets, digits, and the underscores. The second rule is the first character in the identifier, name must be an alphabet and underscore, right? You have to keep in mind that the first word of an identifier should be either alphabet or underscore. What does it mean? It means we can't use the digit as a first character in identifiers. No, the next rule is no blanks or special symbol other than an underscore can be used. Means in the special symbol we can use only underscore, right? And keywords are not allowed it as an identifiers. So we will be in the upcoming slides we will be coming to know what are keywords, right? So for example, it's tool spanner. Is it a correct? Is it correct or not? Please answer in the chat section. Yes, it's right. Why? Because the first character, what is the rule? The first character should be an alphabet or underscore. Here the first word is, character is what? Alphabet, right? After that, in an identifier can be a combination of alphabets, digits and underscores. And in this we can see that underscore and alphabet is only used. So it is an identifier. It is right. Now move to the second one. So what does you think? Is it right? Is it an identifier? So again, we have to check the first character. The first character is alphabet, right? And in this there is no blank space or there is no any special symbol has been used, only underscore is there. So these are correct identifiers. And so okay, I am asking you one question, is both are same, both identifiers are same or not? So no, your answer should be no. Why? Because in the first one T is capital letter in uppercase and in second it's lowercase. So there is the capital uppercase and lowercase mean a lot during programming. Okay, now formula 1 and formula 2. Now here it is formula 1, it is right or wrong? Please let me know it is right or wrong. It is again right. Why? Because first character is alphabet and there is no space, so it is right. Again the next one, it's again right. Now what is wrong identifiers? As you can see here, key identifiers can't start with the digits, but here it's digit, so that's why it's wrong identifiers. What about second? What about second? Because it is a keywords. What it is? It is a keyword. It is a keyword, right? So it is wrong. What about the third one? Here any at the rate is used and it is a special symbol, so it's wrong. So let's move. What's C keywords? Keywords are the reserved words whose meaning has already been explained to the C compiler. Okay, we can't use these keywords as variables. Mind it, as I am saying from earlier only, keywords can not be used as identifiers, right? And identifiers are only variables, right? So each keyword is meant to perform a specific function in a C program, right? So there is 32 keywords in. So this is the list of 32 keywords. Take a snap of it. We will be knowing each one in detail in day by day, right? So what is data type? Again, data type means the type of value a variable will have, right? It is also defines memory spaces for a particular variable in computers. The type of values of variable can be alphabets or numbers. The numbers can be further divided as the integer or rational number, right? So data type. It is a user defined or data typed structure, union, and argumentation, right? So basic data type is this four, and we will while coding most of the time you will be using this only: integer, char, float, and double. Derived data type is pointer, functions, and array, and it in the C program it is a special chapter is there on this, right? Okay, let's move. List of data type. So this is the list. This is type, right? What type of data type it is, how many size or space it is taking, right? And what is the minimum and the maximum range. Take a snap of it. Now integer, it is used to store positive and the negative counting numbers as well as zeros. Mind it, integer consists of three types of numbers, right? Numbers may be positive, negative, or zero, right? The type modifiers for the integer data types are signed and unsigned, short and long. Signed data types represent the positive and the negative numbers, right? You mind it. Signed type represent positive and the negative numbers only. Unsigned represents zero and positive numbers only, right? If any data any modifiers data types have, suppose any integer contain 0, then we have to use unsigned data type, right? Long and short represent the range of integer number. As in the last slide we have seen the minimum and the maximum ranges of each was there, so you have to keep in mind. Now this is a comparison table of a short integer and a long integer. Short integer occupies 2 bytes in a memory, right? 2 bytes, whereas long integer data types contain or occupies 4 bytes. Now format specifier is percentage %d or percentage %i, sorry, right? But for the long integer type, the format specifier is percentage %ld. So what is the range? The range of short integer is minus 32,768 to 32,767, and here the range is this much, right? You don't have to remember it. So now signed and unsigned. Signed integer occupies 2 bytes in a memory, right? Whereas unsigned occupies 2 bytes in a memory. So what is the difference? And here also the format specifier is %d or %I. But in the unsigned integer, the format specifier is %u. There are also long signed integer having a range value of this to this. You don't have to remember it, don't have to mug it. These are all the values. It is only a data, right? You don't have to mind it. So there are also long unsigned integer with range 0 to this much value, right? Now the next one is float. Float point numbers are very similar to the decimal number. Or we can say that float point numbers are real numbers that, unlike integers, may contain fractional parts of number. For example, 1.446 minus 112.972. These all are the examples of float. So float is used to store real number with one precision. A precision of 6 digits after a decimal point. And the format specifier is %f. The type modifier for float are float, double and long double. So the next one is character. And in short we can say it as char. So it stores a single character of data belonging to the C character set. It occupies 1 byte of memory. Format specifier is %C. Right? Now what is format specifier? Format specifier specifies the format according to which the value will be printed on screen. So these are 7 type of format specifier. %D for signed integer, %ID for long integer, %U for unsigned integer, %C for single character, %F for float, %S for string, and %I for integer. So thank you. See you soon in the next video. Hope all the important terms of C programming has been covered in this video, and hope you have all understood all the things very well. If you have any doubt or any query, please comment us. Till then, tata, bye bye and take care.